welcome. It's our new Republican leadership team. We've got a group of people who are dedicated to work together on behalf of our Republican colleagues and our Republican Party to develop solutions to the issues that the American people care about. And there are a lot of those issues they care about. And our job as a party is to find solutions, solutions that are built on our principles as a political party, the two foundations of freedom and security. And I believe that you'll see this leadership team work together with our members in order to develop those solutions. And so I'm proud to be here as the leader of this group, and I'm going to turn it over to our brand new Republican whip, the gentleman from Virginia, Eric Cantor.
Thank you, Leader. Good afternoon. We had a long meeting today. I think Republicans in the House come out united. We're united on several fronts. Number one, we know we had a lot of work ahead of us. We are united in the thought that we are going to serve as the honest opposition to the administration of the President-elect. We will serve as a check and the balance to the power of President-elect Obama and Speaker Pelosi. As for our road forward, we have committed ourselves to putting together a very specific but bold and radically different way for America, and that will be very heavy on reform. And we all look forward to working together to make sure that happens so, as the leader said, we can deliver solutions to the families of this country who are suffering in times of economic turmoil. And I want to introduce our new Republican chairman of our conference, a gentleman from Indiana, Mike Pence.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. And I am grateful for the opportunity to help lead the Republican conference in the 111th Congress. This is a time of renewal and regrounding for Republicans on Capitol Hill. And what we saw this morning as Republicans gathered, and what I sense among this leadership team is a clear understanding that Republicans need to renew our commitment to the timeless principles of our party, but we will work together to build substantive alternatives to the new administration or the Democratic majority in Congress whenever we differ with the proposals that are brought forward. It is the purpose of the opposition to oppose every time you do. Those times when we agree with our new president and with the majority in Congress, we will work with them vigorously and support them on behalf of the American people. But when we disagree, we will provide substantive and positive alternatives on behalf of the American people in this debate. I look forward to working with this leadership team, and especially look forward to working with the gentlelady from Washington State, who will serve as the Vice Conference Chairman, Kathy McMorris Rogers.
Good afternoon. I'm proud to be joining the House Republican leadership team, and it really is an exciting time for Republicans as we're looking forward, looking at making sure that America knows what our party stands for in the 21st century, and we're committed to really providing our ideas, our solutions on issues that face Americans every day, whether it is issues related to jobs and the economy or healthcare or education or the environment. We believe that we have great ideas, and it is going to be our goal to make sure that America understands where the Republican Party wants to take this country. And I'm really proud to introduce to you Judge Carter from Texas, who is our conference secretary.
Thank you. I'm proud to be a part of this team. This is a team that's dedicated to the kitchen table issues that are going to drive this country for the next couple of years, the things that the American people stand for and care about. And the Republican Party is going to put forth an agenda that will clearly show that we are the party that stands for these issues. I'm just happy to be part of the team. Now let me introduce you to our NRCC chairman, my good friend from Texas, Mr. Pete Sessions.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, thank you so very much. I'm very clear in my mind about what my role and job will be as the new chairman of the National Republican Campaign Committee. It is up to the NRCC to make sure that we not only find, but aggressively support and elect more members of the Republican Conference. It is to make sure that we have a message and that Main Street understands why the Republican Party and the principles which we stand for are best for this country. I'm very humbled not only by my election today, but I'm also here to tell you that this team that is right behind me, that will be led by John Boehner, will be a team that will be prepared and ready, and we will go and lead with all the tenacity that the American people expect of the Republican Party in our future. I'd also like to, at this time, introduce Thad McCotter, who was reelected to be our policy chairman for the Republican Conference. The gentleman from Michigan, Thad McCotter. Thad?
I don't smile as often as Boehner because I don't tan as well. Few people do. I'm honored to be a part of this team and once again be entrusted with my colleagues to be the policy chairman. As you've heard my colleagues say, we understand that in the minority we have a responsibility. One is to agree with the majority where in principle we can to move America forward. The second responsibility we have is to honorably oppose those policies we believe are not in the best interest of the American people. But most importantly, we have a third responsibility. It is where we disagree, is to put forward positive solutions as an alternative for the consideration of the sovereign American people who are going through a very difficult and transformational time. We will meet those responsibilities. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a couple of questions before we disappear. That's great. Yes.
Is this stalemate over the issue of where the money can come from for the auto companies? Is it resolved? Are Republicans prepared to walk away and go home, potentially allow them to big money to bankrupt?
I think that we need to know a lot more about their situation before we begin to put money on the table. I've not seen a real plan from the big three in terms of how this money would be spent, what restructuring would come from it to ensure that we're minimizing the risk to American taxpayers. And until I see a plan, and until there are hearings about that plan, I think that our opposition is rooted in trying to protect the American taxpayer.
Are you worried at all about the job loss and potentially your own state?
Listen, I'm concerned about the state of our economy. I'm concerned about the state of Michigan and the auto companies. But I think it's their responsibility to put on the table a plan that will show us how they're going to restructure, how they're going to become viable, and whether they need our money. And again, I think the goal needs to be how do we minimize the risk to taxpayers? Because after all, it's their money that we're talking about.
You talked about trying to find areas of agreement with the president-elect. Can you give us one specific Obama proposal that your caucus agrees with?
Listen, there are a lot of things said during campaigns, but as we all know, once people take office, they tend to do other things. I think we'll give the president-elect the benefit of the doubt. Let's let Senator Obama take his oath of office and begin his process. When he's offering solutions to the American people that we're in agreement with, we'll be there to work with him. But if there are other proposals such as increasing taxes, spreading the wealth, and other things that there's going to be vigorous opposition from our party.
Last question. Standalone unemployment benefit. You guys have to vote on those again. What do you think the Senate
That bill passed easily in the House once before. I would expect it would pass easily once again. Thank you all very much.